Day trading recap for Wednesday, September 25th, 2019. Alright, getting right into it. Altria Group and Philip Morris were in the news today because there's apparently a talk of a merger that was a while back, and now they're saying they weren't going to merge. So both these stocks, as you can see on the daily candles, jumped on that news that they weren't going to merge. You could see that for Philip Morris right here, and for Altria Group, they jumped early in the day a little bit up, not as much as Philip Morris, but then declined the rest of the day. So I didn't really see an entry here. There's one point I was thinking once it had lost, if you look at VWAP, once it had gotten below VWAP and this 200 moving average, which was kind of big, and stayed below it, you could have gotten in here at 40.90 maybe, put your stop above 41, above VWAP. That would have been a nice short the whole day. But I just, as it's happening in the day, it's hard to see that. It's hard to find an entry that looks comfortable, because you see these wicks. It just didn't seem like it was stable. It seemed too whippy. And then you can see here, after the cross of the 8 and the 20 here, this was a nice little smooth move up. That 8 and 20 cross, 8 EMA and 20 SMA. When they cross, sometimes it means a change of direction. That's why I use those two moving averages, the 8 exponential moving average and the 20 simple moving average. When you see those moving together nice and smoothly, which this kind of is, nice and down, once that cross happens, kind of can indicate a change in direction. So I didn't do that. My big, just crying over this one was JBL today. This showed up in a berry watch list from the Trade Ideas trading room that I've been using. It was the first one on the day, 942, you could see. And that one popped up, and you can see on the daily candles here, it was popped up yesterday, 2 days ago. From 2 days ago, it popped up, and then it popped up again a little bit of a gap there. So it was definitely worth watching today, and I just couldn't pull the trigger. I put a little mark here at this time of the day at around 34.22 that I liked it because it was just about to break. It just broke the 30-minute opening range, and it was above a whole number, 34. I said up, and also right here you could see a red bar ignored. I'll get rid of this now. Red bar ignored right here. Green bar with a red bar down and another green bar engulfing it. That just had so many things going for it. The only thing I didn't like was at 34.22, it was about close to. I thought it might have been extended because it was above, yesterday's high, and I saw what it did yesterday, how it kind of moved up and then kind of regressed the rest of the day. I was worried that I was going to do that, but it certainly did not. And if I had gotten in here at 34.22, I could look how smooth this is, just riding that 8 EMA nice and smooth, just using that as a support. And right now it's at 35.52. So over $1 move up, which would have been just absolutely beautiful. Just couldn't pull the trigger on it. Just couldn't get the comfort feel from it. And man, am I disappointed I didn't. The one trade I did take, and I almost didn't take any trade today. There wasn't really much going on. I just wanted to show one other thing too. VNE popped up in the Trade Ideas. If you have the artificial intelligence, the Holly, it showed up in which Holly had a pretty good day today. VNE showed up at 12:32. The exit time was 12:32. I'm sorry, 11:01. So it came into the popped up as an AI alert 11:01. So right here, strong stock pulling back, I think, was the strategy. And I thought, this is not a bad. I barely ever take the Holly alerts, but this wasn't a bad one. I thought you had a little indecision doji right here. Could have put your entry in here at 14.75 area. Put your stop not too far away, 14.63, not even like 20 cents. And then it moved all the way up as high as 15.25, so almost basically 50 cents. And it had nice three big moves here, three big green bars that probably would have taken some out once it got over 15. And you see it came back down, rested on the 8 EMA. And one of the reasons I liked it too was when I saw it on the VWAP chart that I have, it was above VWAP. See how it started above it, broke below it, failed it, came back above it, and it had volume. So I just couldn't pull the trigger on this one either. Would have been a nice trade. The one I did take, so I wasn't taking any trades basically until 1 o'clock. and I got into this HDS, which showed up on my volume alert gappers. Here it's at 221. That's later in the day. It's probably showed up a bunch of time here. You see at 1219. So I was watching it mostly because when you look at the VWAP chart, you can see it was down to start the day. Even though it had gapped up, you look at where it started the day here. So big down day yesterday, and then from all the way down here at 37.95, it gapped all the way back up to 39.72. So a big gap for the day, and then just failed right away. Broke back through VWAP, and then look at this, all day long just holding VWAP. So these are the ones I look for late in the day if they're above VWAP, because usually it's late enough in the day that if it was going to fail VWAP, it probably already would have, and if it's been using it as support, then that's just more support for that trade itself. And so I looked at it here and I said, all right, it's been holding this. Had another pop up here. You can see it had a little peak here, rested on VWAP, another peak here, but it never broke through VWAP again. So the next time it went up, I said I'm getting in, and you can see I got in right here at 39.44, and then had a 2-bar pullback, which made me a little nervous, but then a couple of bars up again, and then another 2-bar pullback. But sellers could not win this battle. The buyers just eventually won out, and then you look what happened here on this little bar right at resting on the 10 EMA. A ton of volume came in, and then the next one, another big burst of volume came in. So I was liking what I was seeing, and then it just jumped up. So I had 3 nice big green bars in a row, and the reason I got out, my target was here at 39.74, close to the opening. I just didn't like the fact that it pulled so quickly, so fast away from the 8 EMA. I'm sorry, I said 10. The 8 EMA here, it just pulled too quickly, and it made me a little nervous. So I took out all my shares at 39.62. So an 18-cent jump from 44 to 62, and it didn't take even an hour really waiting for this, because this jump really did everything I needed it to do. And then you can see right after I got out, it kind of failed, and it's back down here. I don't know what's going to happen from it. It's not a really clean move today. I just felt like I was looking for a pop anyway. I was looking to just scalp this. I thought once I got here, if it could bust through this little resistance line, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I got in before it actually broke. Yeah. Oh no, it had broke. I got in as soon as it broke this resistance at 39.44. I didn't wait for it to actually close above it so that I knew that it was actually not a false break. So I did jump the gun a little bit, but I was expecting from this bar here a little bit of I was expecting this to happen right here, possibly get a big leap up and just scalp out of it for 30 cents or 40 at most. But I didn't get that. I had to wait for it, and then once it was up here, I moved my stop up, but I said I just want to get out. So that was it. That was my trade. And then it might have another leg up here, because it seems like it, but look at this cross. This could be crossing down. So there wasn't really much to look at. I know yesterday I did have a trade that I kind of misplayed. It was that BlackBerry trade. That I'll show you what I did wrong on this one. So I got in here as a short. I was able to get filled above 6, and it was a nice decent drop here to about 5.86, so about 20 cents, and I took some of my shares out, but I was really looking for it to get down. Really, I think my target was like 5.75, and I just held on to it, and I thought, this is, it's still using the 8 as a resistance, and it's still moving down. And then it came like within 4 or 5 cents of where I wanted to just get the rest of my shares out, and then it just went all the way back up. And I took the rest of my shares out here just above, because I figured if it broke 6, it was going to hurt me. Just around 6, like 5.99. And then you could see it pivoted off of that and finally went down. I think it did hit my actual target at the very last candle of the day. So it was kind of a bummer. I made money off of it because I got this little leg, but the rest of my shares I got out near break even, so I didn't make much money off of that. And then right after that, it went down again. So sort of a misplay. It was a good thing I took some shares out before I got to my first target here. I just expected it to continue down a little bit more, and I don't want to say I got greedy. I just got stubborn and just said I'm going to hold until I actually see it going the wrong way, and that's what happened. So just a small gain on this, which could have been much better, but what are you going to do? And then today, what did BlackBerry do? big drop in the beginning of the day. I mean, if I had held my shares since yesterday, it would have been an even better trade, but don't really swing these kind of trades. So so HDS, yeah, that was my main trade for the day, and I was happy with it. Broke resistance. I had a trade like a few weeks ago that did the same thing, waiting for it to break that resistance line, and then get in and make the most of it. So, all right, good luck trading, and hopefully be back tomorrow.